The science of agriculture, the land, the seeds, and the man.
Agricultural survival.
They have represented me with the worst image. But I know without a doubt that it's because of their lack of knowledge. Foresight, they don't have to see distance. That's why they're living in ignorance.
The man.
I Selassie, I say, any country that use.
Hi, I'm your host tonight on What Matters at the Round Table, Stanley West McPherson. February 26, 2019. Hey, this month is getting out of here quickly, but don't worry, we still are on our job. We're on Pegasus, Channel 13. Time Warner, hey, they still around, but Spectrum has taken over. So, did they emerge? Yes. So, Spectrum is ahead, okay, of Time Warner. So guess what? Spectrum TV cable network. But Time Warner still got their head around. So, you still pay your bills to them. Don't worry. We're here live on Pegasus, Channel 13. You can call in. Area code 607-272-0319. You might have something to say, or you might want to get in on the discussion tonight. But if you miss tonight, we have 6 days a week, our broadcast, and you can pick us up on each and every one of those days that you are available. We are working around your schedule, okay? But if you don't have cable, right, or Pegasus, you can get a direct link to your phone or your tablet. You can get the show. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook, Google, hey, Twitter. We're on all the social medias. We're on Turbo. We're everywhere, okay? So you can get it. And, hey, we are here to help you. And I just want to let Dave and Tammy know that, give them a shout out because they had a beautiful wedding yesterday and they invited us and we went there and had a great time with them. And so we want to congratulate them. And we told them we would give them a shout out and we had a nice time with them with their wedding. So here's to you, Dave and Tammy, okay? Long life and prosper. And we will help you, okay? So that's from Milton and I. But I want to give shout outs to those that watch the show, those that subscribe to us, those that send comments and want to know what's going on and ask questions and tell us we're right when we see them. They tell us this is correct, this is true, this is happening, whether it be in their lives or in the world in general. So we want to let them know that, yep, hey, we thank you for the show and it's our job to help. And that's what we're doing. So I want to give a shout out to my grandkids, a shout out to Baltimore, Maryland, Sunshine, and Rosedale S, New York, New York, Kendra H, Piplia in Australia. Also, DJ Hannah B, okay, she's in Portuguese, okay. Don't forget, MSVVS, she's going back to Paris, so hey, everybody's taking the trip. Jasmine, Syrian, I want to give her a shout out, let her know that, hey, keep your head up and just keep doing you. Also, a shout out to those that want help. Okay, whatever it may be that they need help, they know how to get in contact with us. Our number's on the screen. Twitter, there we are. We there. So when we give you a link to the show, you can respond back that way. We can respond to you. Okay, so you need help. That's how we do. That's how we help people. But hey, our job is to help you get a living wage and help people get money. Because right now, they're messing all kind of stuff up. You know, that's bad. Okay. In the studio here with me live, co-host Milton Webb.
What's up, Sam?
How you doing?
I'm doing, man.
Good.
I want to throw a couple of shouts out. Dave and Tammy, congratulations. And to my friend, my next door neighbor in Philadelphia, Bucks County, Levittown, Pennsylvania, Fleetwing and Bloomsdale. To Mr. Joe Bryant, he was buried today at Fort Dix. So, Mr. Joe, I salute you. And everybody, there's a lot of things going on and people need to know. You need to check things out. You know, this weather's crazy. And I want to say to Mr. Joe Bryant's remaining relatives, his two daughters, Ann and Tina, and his grandchildren, I feel what you feel because Mr. Joe was a very nice guy to me. And we're going to miss him a lot. Rest in peace, Mr. Joe. So about this weather now, this weather crazy because it's just blowing everywhere and it's just doing all kind of stuff and blowing trees down. And be careful when you go out because if it's blowing that hard and you driving and you catch some ice, you're along the road. So be careful out there and pay attention because when you don't pay attention, that's when it happens to you. You know, it's not about how you drive, it's about how somebody else drives, how somebody else is doing. So yeah, be alert, pay attention. This is the time of year where things get slick on you. You don't see black ice, it'll throw you around. So do what you got to do. Yeah.
Well, I was looking at one of the situations that Commander-in-Chief going about this war situation, and I'm looking at it like, you know, hey, you got too many people out of work, and you're saying this war is a priority, but you got millions of people that they ain't got no job, they about to be foreclosed out of their house, and some of them can't pay their rent, their bills, and this war is some kind of national security. The people should be national security because it's the security of this country that these people need to survive. And that is a national security. And so I'm looking at it like, you know, how come people ain't get their income tax? What's up with that money? Why? Because they didn't walked off? Them people didn't walked off that do the checks because they ain't got paid? So now if they don't get paid and they don't do nothing, what's happening with that? I'm looking at this like, hey, if this man, Commander-in-Chief, uses an emergency, okay, to shut this thing down, to say that, oh, he want to use that wall, he want to get that money. Listen, all the bank's going to do, okay, the banks in England, headquarters, all they going to do is say, you can't pay your bill. That means that the Constitution will be suspended because they're going to take over. They're going to pay. And then they're going to use that to do what they want to do. And then we ain't going to have no commander-in-chief because he's not going to be in authority. And forget about martial law. We was in martial law from 1865. So we've been there. that's not going to work on him. He's not going to be able to use none of that.
No.
You see? And I've been studying the Constitution, and don't forget, if you suspend that and you say you can't pay and someone else come in, and don't forget, they are not the government. All they are private corporation.
Right.
That's what they are. They're private. So if you letting a private corporation come in and take over and pay your debt, hey, they're not even going to obey. Forget about the Constitution.
What's that?
They're going to try to round you up.
Oh, yeah.
And don't say nothing. Shut your mouth. Don't say nothing. That's what's going to happen. So in Congress, I found out that they are not putting bills on the table to tell this man, hey, listen, we want to impeach you. All they doing is, here's the catch. They keep coming out. Nancy Pelosi and Chuck, they come out and walk to the podium. That's a routine. They've been doing that for months already.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's why you know it's a political game. Because when he do one thing, they come out together and come and talk. No, y'all all with that together because you know why? Because if y'all wanted to do something, you would have did it already.
It would have been done.
Okay? I don't want to hear it because y'all got power. You got 2/3 there. You got over 66% that you can do anything, but you ain't doing nothing. So I'm putting y'all with him now. You see? And now it ain't just him. You got to put them now with him now. Okay? And I figure this out. Now, if I could figure this out, how come you can't figure this out?
They don't want to figure it out. They wanted to go the way they wanted to go.
Yes.
That's like when he said he got a special guy, all right? But if that guy ain't bringing to the table what he want, he don't want to hear it. Don't bring it.
Right.
Okay? So the people that's trying to get him out of office can't get him out of office because they ain't got no help. And then when they get their stuff up, okay, I'll take it to the president. But the president never sees it because of the simple fact that it never reaches him because he don't want to see it.
Right.
All right, so what this dude do, he'll put it up there and put it under the pile. So, okay, so you'll never see it. Two things are happening on that now. Like I say, he putting it under the pile or he throwing it in the can.
Yeah.
All right, the trash can. So the president got his hands on all of these people and he's telling them, he giving them some kind of threat.
Yeah.
It got to be. All right, you want your job? I can replace you with somebody that's going to do what I want them to do. Now, if you don't do what I want you to do, you will never work here again.
Yes.
Okay, and a lot of people, that scares a lot of people. But you see, us, it don't scare us because you know what they tell us when they say, you're fired? You know what I tell them?
Yeah.
Well, I was looking for a job when I found this one. I can always go get another one. So they can't do that because they're so far stuck up his thumbnail, okay, that they can't do that. That's the end of their world if that happens.
Right.
All right? Because they can only work for so many people without him messing with them. All right? And everybody else is full, so they're going to do what?
Right.
His bidding, whatever it is that he wants, that's what they're going to do.
And I found out something else about our commander-in-chief. Now, let me show you how smart this man is, okay? And don't forget, I take my hat off to him because he confirmed what I've been saying from the beginning. When they went at him with about his taxes, okay? The man is very smart. He studied the Constitution as well because they could not do anything to him against his taxes. You know why? Because in the Constitution it says one poll tax.
One poll.
A poll tax.
One poll
so
tax.
You don't need, he's not gonna explain or show you nothing because the Constitution say one poll tax. So if it say a poll tax, that's exactly what he is going to do. And that's why they never gave him no heat about it because you know what? He was correct about that. Because it ain't supposed to be all these taxes. It's one poll tax, and that's what it is. And he knew that.
Yeah.
Okay? And so the media was dancing around this and that, but they couldn't do nothing to him because the Constitution said one poll tax. So he was confirming what I've been saying from the beginning, okay? Because they can't touch him about no tax. okay? Because you pay tax on what you buy. You see, things, what you buy, a car, a house, that's taxable. But you ain't supposed to be paying taxes for nothing, okay? All the time oh, hey, give me, I need your tax. Hey, I need that money, that's tax money. Hey, I need that money. No, no. And that man knows that, okay? He's the commander-in-chief. He knew that, okay? But I was notice I got no heat from them about what he did. And he's the president, okay? So that's satisfy my looking in the law, the Constitution, and finding that, and he confirmed it. And he's the president. He's the commander-in-chief, okay?
Well, you see, that's why you don't hear nothing else about it.
That's right.
That's exactly why you don't hear nothing else about it. Because,
That's right.
You know, that's one avenue that they can't go back up because of the simple fact that he done closed the bridge on that one. Mm-hmm. So, hey, now you got to do something else. But all this other stuff that he's doing,
Yeah.
that these people are looking into,
Yeah.
oh, he can't close the door on
No,
all of that.
that's something different.
He can't close the door on that because, yeah, you did this.
Yes.
All right? And there's some things that he's done, all right, that nobody ain't saying nothing about because that would get him kicked out right now, all right? And it's just like they say, when President Obama was in office, oh, you talking to the Russians. Oh, you talking to the Russians. But like President Obama said, yeah, all right? Here we is and Trump having a love affair with Putin, okay? And nobody ain't saying nothing. It's all right now. Why is that? Why is that? Can anybody explain that? No, you can't. All right? So you can sit there and say what you want. Putin got something on Trump, and Trump going to do whatever it is that Putin wants him to do, because when Putin was over here, Trump did everything. He talked about the American people bad.
And then in the same token, he's trying to rock us to sleep.
Right.
Putin. That's what he's doing because that nuclear weapon up there in space, he said that was invincible, okay? So he's got some stuff, okay, up there that he's ready to make a move on. So he's trying to rock us to sleep, okay, with that new weapon up there.
You see, and then
China is too.
See, and then you got to look at it, all right? Because everything that we got up there, do you think Putin know about it? Because, you know, him and Trump are, you know, really tight. So do you think that Trump was telling Putin what we got, where it's at, what's happening, what's going on, in order for him to say that his stuff was invincible? So anybody that's going to send something up there is going to be invincible to something, all right? But I don't know if Putin and Trump are drying each other's hands, washing each other's hands, however you want to put it, all right? But I know one thing for sure. When Putin was over here, Trump sure put the American people down. He sure put the military down. He said some things that an official shouldn't have never said. And that was said by also some people in his cabinet, all right? And they didn't understand why he said that. Well, I'll tell you why he said that. Because of the simple fact that he owed Putin, okay? And Putin said, you got to make your people look like they ain't got nothing, like they ain't do nothing, like we're superior to them. And that's exactly what he did. As far as somebody being superior to us, we supposed to be number one. So why all of a sudden, you know, you kissing this man on his neck, you blowing in his ear, like what's up with that?
And then, man, don't forget, Putin is trying to rise up because of the Soviet Union fell.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one thing that he is trying to get up. Okay, so he's trying to take over because he wants the Soviet Union to rise up. And the only way he want to rise up is he want to take that lead to do it. Okay, so that's why you have to watch this man, okay, because that's the agenda that he's looking at, okay? And he definitely is trying to rock the United States to sleep with that new nuclear invincible, he says, weapon up in space, okay? In space. And I had told the King of Kings, E. Jesus, in Greek, Latin, you could call him any way, But his name is not what you call him. It's the names, the language that was over his head. E Jesus, Cristo. That's the three languages that was over his head. And I'm calling him, and I told him, I said, listen, you stop Babel for building a city and a tower to reach heaven. Now you got these guys already up in space knocking at your door. Now what you going to do there? But don't kill innocent people, though. Get them, but don't kill innocent people.
That's
so
right.
I got him out of the word, okay? So according to the Bible, okay, Genesis, that's it. That's all. That's how you got to do God. You got to bring the word to him so he knows what you talking about, because that's what he said. So I gave that to him. So I let him deal with them. I'm dealing with what's I'm supposed to be dealing with down here, helping people get out of poverty. He need to do what he need to do up there, stop them from trying to take over and be number one that they say, a God. Okay? That's his job. I gave him his job, and we doing our job. That's how we do this. Okay?
That's right. Because remember, Russia was the superpower. But what happened? They fell overnight. They woke up one morning and America was the superpower. And Russia been trying to get it back ever since. So you better be careful. Now they got this fool in office, and like I said, him and Putin dancing. So there's always something to come out of a dance. So you better watch it. It's not nice.
I think it's more behind the scenes. It's more trickery, okay, betrayal than what you see on the face. You know, because none of them can't tell you what they discuss or what they achieve or what they accomplish. Okay, that's how you know it's trickery and deception and deceiving and disguise, because none of them can tell you in either language. They can't tell you what they accomplish when they come together. None of them. They can't tell you nothing. That's why you know it's underhand, trickery, all kind of other stuff. So I'm telling you, you need to watch as well as you pray. That's what the scripture says. Keep your eyes on these people. Be aware of what's going on. Don't take nothing for granted. Not even one day. Can't. Because it can go just like that.
Just like that.
You know, so you need to be talking to the king and letting him know, hey, that's what the scripture says. That's not what I said. That's what you said. You know, some people think, oh, that don't mean nothing. Oh, yeah, they tampered with it. Yeah, they did all that. But you know what? I eat chicken some of the time, but all of the stuff on the chicken I don't like. Get rid of it.
That's right.
I just eat certain parts of it. That's it. Well, you need to do the same thing with the word too. If you feel that that's not right, or throw that away and get to the part that's correct and deal with him on it. Because right now, we are dealing with him on the part that he said that Babel made, okay? They was trying to make a tower to reach heaven. Now, you got two nations, okay? One got a space station up there and some other stuff, and Skynet, and then you got another one, got invincible nuclear. He said it's invincible. It can shut everything down and stop. Well, hey, guess what? And we passed building a tower. So I put that in his court. That's for him to deal with that, okay? And all I'm telling you to do is do your homework, because I'm doing mine.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Do your homework, you know?
Yep.
You have to, you know? And we can't take these things for granted, what people do, you know, and oh, well, that don't mean nothing. No, all that means a lot, you know? So...
Yeah, anytime somebody doing something, it means something.
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, you got to check it out. And you got to read between the line in the news, too, because, you know, they can only tell you so much. All right?
That's right. They're only going to tell you so much.
You know, so, yeah. So when it comes right down to it, You got to read between them lines. You know, he did this, he did that. All right, but he did this for what reason? What was the reason why he did it? You got to come up with a solution on that. You got to read between the lines, because if you don't read between them lines, you're going to miss something.
Yeah.
And when you miss something, that means something going to go wrong where you at. And then the first thing you're going to say is, I didn't even see that coming. Because you didn't read between the lines. You didn't check it out. All right? When he messed around there and he had that deal with Putin, and then he came out and started talking junk about the military and everybody in the United States, I read between the lines. All right? All right, he was puckering up. He was kissing Putin. Okay? All right? Oh, this is what you want me to say? Oh, well, this is what I'll say. Well, they're only going to be mad for a little while. All right? Some of us was mad for a little while about what he said, especially about the military. Some of us are still mad. So, I mean, you know, you got to sit there and you got to look at it from what it is, not for what they think and want it to be. So you got to read between those lines. You got to understand and say, you know what kind of president we got, all right? One guy in his office said it best. He's a chronic liar. He lies all the time. And he said that on national TV. So, I mean, like, if he's going to say that about the president, what makes you think that he's not that? All right? For instance, he's going to give the military 10% raise when they only got 2.6% raise. All right? You shout there. You shout there a little bit, you know. So, I mean, like, hey, so that was a lie right there. So what else is he lying about?
My thing is that it's not, you know, the point of, you know, taking all the money for defense, but you're not even giving the kids here a chance to even live because they got so much nonsense going on. They won't be able to live because they got so much nuclears.
Yeah.
They trying to wipe everything out. So that's our time. So I'll pick y'all up next week about this. But hey, you got to stay vigilant, stay sober. You got to watch. Good night.
Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. Get no see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food Africa in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that. There is no solution in this pollution. Them only mission is to create era done. Then after election, them cut them one. Get a youths, take this message from this Rasta man. I and I. Put up the gun and make we farm up the ground. Get no see from what here, too much blood a run. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Them say global recession so food Africa in a ground. Put down the gun and make we farm up the ground. Me have to return to St. Anne's and left Kingston. When you plant a new crop, the world start clap. All human beings start embrace that.